Hey YouTube, it's James from the Wyvern Watch here. We're here with another deck profile, of course. This is one I built a little while ago. The sort of concept came from the fact that I wanted to play Harpies, but really didn't put the deck together for whatever reason. And then all of a sudden Tri-Brigade came out, and I thought at that point that it would be a good time to sort of it's probably one of my first decks where I've actually put two archetypes together to make one deck. And obviously Tri-Brigade goes with a number of different decks, but I just thought, oh, this is a good excuse to put Harpies together as well. It's not obviously a full Harpy lineup because it is a full Tri-Brigade lineup. So hopefully you enjoy the profile anyway, and there's some really good looking cards in here. It tends, there's quite good synergy within this deck as well, so I'm quite pleased with it. But obviously, let's see what the comments say and see what you guys think of the lineup. I don't think too many people have put Harpies and Tri-Brigade together, but I can't see why it wouldn't work. But yeah, let's get on with the deck profile. I thought we'd kick off with two extra deck monsters this time around, just to show you exactly what the deck's all about. But we'll get to the rest of that later. Of course, we do have the Judge Field Center as well, which I thought was really nice. So I thought that'll go with the deck nicely. So I just included that this time around. And I should have done it on the Tri-Brigade mat. Actually, I've got a Tri-Brigade play mat as well, but not to worry, we can stick with this for now. So first card, what I'll do is I'll probably run through the Harpy stuff because people are probably less familiar with that. But this is Harpy Perfumer. So this card becomes Harpy Lady while on the field and in the graveyard. And if this card is normal or special summoned, you can add one spell trap from your deck to your hand that specifically lists the card Harpy Lady Sisters in its text. And if you control a level 5 or higher Harpy monster when you activated this effect, you can also add a second such card with a different name from the first. You can only use the effect of Perfumer once per turn. So great card, because obviously that goes for a couple of different targets, which obviously we'll get to. But yeah, that's Harpy Perfumer as the first Harpy card. We've then got triple Harpy Channeler, which sadly aren't in the ultimate rare on these ones, but they seem to be ridiculous in price. But I have gone for the green ultra rare ones out of I can't remember what the name of the set's called, but I thought, oh, that's quite fitting with it being a wind deck and obviously winged beast deck. On the whole, at least, as well anyway. So Harpy Channeler, you can discard one Harpy card, special summon one Harpy monster from your deck in defense position except Harpy Channeler. You can only use the effect of Harpy Channeler once per turn, and while you control a dragon monster, this card's level becomes 7. This card's name also becomes Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard, which does come up every now and then. But again, another great addition to the Harpy lineup. And then a couple of oldies. For any of you Harpy Lady faithful, you'll be familiar with Harpy Lady 1. These are the targets for Elegant Egotist, which we'll get to later. But this card's name is always treated as Harpy Lady. And all wind monsters gain 300 attack. Very, very simple, but it's there for the name primarily. One more Harpy monster in the lineup, which is a newer one again. This is Harpy's pet dragon, the Fearsome Fire Blast. Monsters cannot target level 6 or lower Harpy monsters for attacks. And you can only use each of the following effects of Harpy pet dragon, Fearsome Fire Beast once per turn. If you control a level 6 or lower wind monster, you can special summon this card from your hand in defense position. And if this card is sent from the field to the graveyard, you can send one winged beast monster from your deck to graveyard, which obviously might be a Harpy or indeed Nerval as well. That's a pretty card though, to be fair, isn't it? On to Tri-Brigade. So, as you can imagine, we have 3 Fractal. I'm not going to go through the Tri-Brigade stuff because, like I say, you guys are more than likely familiar with the Tri-Brigade engine. It probably pops up everywhere. Some people hate it, some people like it, some people love it. I've got to say, I think the artwork's absolutely brilliant, which is why I wanted to incorporate this into deck. I don't think Tri-Brigade as a pure deck is generally a popular one, but that's why I thought I'd combine it with my Harpies and see how it gets on. So that's Fractal as a 3 of. We've got 2 Tri-Brigade Cuirass, which is the extender of it. So, well, again, most people know what it is, but this one's Beast level 2 and Earth. So, but just the fact that it's a sheer extender means I can go into a link play or whatever. This is probably one of the main reasons, or one of the cards that sort of make it cohesive with Harpy Ladies. The fact that it is Winged Beast, of course, and Wind just interacts with some of the Harpy cards as well. But again, it's just obviously the Tri-Brigade engine getting to the higher of the link monsters. Last of the Tri-Brigade cards is a 2 of kit. Again, in the nice prismatic rare from Mega Pack 22, this one. I do like the artwork on the prismatic rare ones. I think they add to it somewhat, and obviously that's the later of the cards of the Tri-Brigade monsters as well. So that's the 2 of. That's it for monsters. So we're on to spells now. So we've got a triple fire formation tanky. Everyone's relatively familiar with that card, of course, just going for the fractal in this case, but that does start your Tri-Brigade engine, of course, so well worth having at 3. Couple of Harpy cards as well. So Hysteric Sign is an unbelievable card, really. If you haven't seen this card before, you might not believe it when I read it out, but when this card is activated, add 1 Elegant Egotist from your deck or graveyard to your hand. And then during the end phase, if this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there from the hand or field this turn, add up to 3 Harpy cards with different names from each other from your deck to your hand. No condition, that's just what happens. And you can only do that once per turn, so that's pretty amazing. It's a continuous spell as well, so hopefully you're getting that effect off every turn. Speaking of Elegant Egotist, here it is. So we run this one at 2. Another Harpy card. So if Harpy Lady is on the field, and bear in mind Harpy Lady is obviously more than just the Harpy Lady ones, special summon 1 Harpy Lady or 1 Harpy Lady Sisters from your hand or deck. Fairly simple stuff. Back to Tri-Brigade again, bit of a mixture up. Maybe I should have divided these up a little bit better, but I've got 3 2-ofs here. So I do run the 2 Tri-Brigade Airborne Assault, mainly because the artwork's absolutely amazing, but we'll get there in a minute. Tri-Brigade Roar and Tri-Brigade Showdown. Now, Roar and Showdown are the two sort of newer out of the newer sets. Airborne Assault is just a special summon basically, but it's a quick play special summon. But honestly, look at that. That's really, really nice artwork on those. So I had to run 2. I know not every Tri-Brigade player runs them, but Tri-Brigade Roar. So if you control a link monster, send 1 Tri-Brigade card from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard, then target 1 effect monster on the field and apply the following effect based on the type of the card sent to the graveyard. If it was a monster, change the targeted monster attack to 0 until the end of the turn. If it was a spell, negate the monster's effects until the end of this turn. And if it was a trap, return the monster to the hand. 1 of those per turn, and again, quick play. And then this is the continuous spell, Tri-Brigade Showdown. So if a Beast Warrior, Winged Beast monster is special summoned to your field, except during the damage step, you can target 1 of your banished Tri-Brigade monsters and add it to your hand, which again works really well with the Harpies, of course. After damage calculation, if your Tri-Brigade monster battled an opponent's monster, you can return the opponent's monster to the hand, and then and you can only use 1 of these per turn. So I thought really handy, to be fair, and should work cohesively with the Harpy cards again. 3 1-offs, so a Monster Reborn, fairly simple. Harpy's Feather Duster, again fairly simple, and also a Harpy's Hunting Ground, which is the field spell. All winged beast monsters gain 200 attack and defense, and when a Harpy Lady or Harpy Lady Sisters are normal or special summoned, the player who conducted the special summon conducted the summon targets 1 spell or trap card on the field and destroys that target. That's compulsory, guys, so don't miss it. If you don't have a target for that, you're going to have to destroy the Harpy's Hunting Ground itself. Onto traps. We do run 2 Tri-Brigade Revolts. Everyone knows that card. And again, why wouldn't you run 2 of them? 1 Icarus Attack, because we are running a Winged Beast deck. And 3 Yeah, that's right. 3 Harpy's Feather Storm, because really that's its own deck, isn't it, Harpy Ladies? So we're running Harpy's Feather Storm. I don't see why not. I managed to pick the quarter century rare on these ones. A really pretty card again. So if you control Winged Beast monster until the end of this turn, negate any monster effects your opponent activates. Full stop. So if you control a Harpy monster, you can activate this card from your hand, and if this card in its owner's spell or trap zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can add Harpy's Feather Duster from deck or graveyard to hand. Really sound card in this deck, so had to be at 3 on this one. That's it for the deck, guys. On to the extra deck. Just rattle through this. I appreciate we're not too bad for time at the moment. But I've got to say I'm really happy with this build at the moment. I'm just hoping that you guys do too. But like I say, if there are any comments that you feel that I'm missing a card or two, then feel free to let me know. Cyber / Harpy Lady, of course, just the one of. For this card, Synchro Summon, you can treat 1 Harpy monster you control as a tuner, which means obviously it's a fairly simple summon. And this card's name becomes Harpy Lady while on the field or in the graveyard. And when a spell or trap or effect is activated, except during the damage deck quick effect, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls or 1 Harpy monster you control and return it to the hand. Really nice card. Harpy Conductor. First of the links, I've got 2 Tri-Brigade Furjit, the Baron Blossom. Managed to get these guys in Starlight Rare. Well, they're pretty cheap, to be fair. But they do look really nice. Good nice little collector's items, these. Like I say, I don't think they're going to go down too much more. We've also got the Tri-Brigade Bear Bloom, the Rampant Rampager, which is one of the newer ones, of course, for the Tri-Brigades. And onto sort of more regular stuff, I've got the Nightmare Phoenix. This one's actually in collector's wear, I've just noticed. Really pretty card. I haven't had that one out for a while. Again, a bit of a go-to for me. Firefighting Daruma Doll. These are just obviously handy Beast Warrior cards now. I've still got a Tri-Brigade Rugal the Silver Sheller. And Tri-Brigade Shuireg, which of course is the sort of go-to Tri-Brigade Link monster. So they're both, I've got 2 of those actually. And one of the new ones, of course, Tri-Brigade Bucephalus, I think is it? Bucephalus. Why it's number 2, I don't know, but again, I've managed to pick that up in the Starlight Rare. And the last Link monster is, of course, Apollosa, Bow of the Goddess, which is obviously the card there. Just 1 minute, guys. Sorry about that, guys. My daughter's just asking me what on earth I'm doing. And Apollosa, Bow of the Goddess. Like you say, my favourite Link monster and one of my favourite artworks of all time. Couldn't miss out on her. The Starlight Rare, one of these is in the Gusto deck rather than the Tri-Brigade deck. Tri-Brigades can't have all of the Starlights in their extra deck, can they? So that's the links and the one, of course, Synchro Monsters. And just last 3 cards, of course, are the Xyz monsters. So I've got 1 Lightning Ninja already, 1 Tornado Dragon, and 1 Harpy's Pet Phantasmal Dragon, which, of course, will probably never get summoned. But I just love the artwork again. It's got Harpy's channel on there, Harpy's Pet Dragon. This card's effects can only be resolved while it has material. And this card can attack your opponent directly. Your opponent cannot target any Harpy monsters with effects 4 attacks. And during each of your end phases, detach 1 material from this card. So yeah, again, not a fantastic card, but I had to have it in my extra deck. Tornado Dragon being obviously a very staple rank 4 for me. And Lightning Chidori, one of the ultimate rare first edition on this one. Really pretty card again. But again, you know, it being wind and easy to get rank 4s out, so I thought I'd go with that. Guys, that's it for the deck profiles. Thank you very much for watching all the way through. I appreciate it's not a standard Tri-Brigade build, but I hope you enjoyed anyway. I know I enjoy playing this deck. I think it's brilliant having the Harpy Ladies nostalgia on there, but also the sort of more modern Tri-Brigade engine as well, and it really does work quite well together. Guys, throw me some likes, throw me some comments if you like the combination. We're up to 94 subscribers now, so we're ever so close for the 100. I really appreciate all your guys' time, and obviously watching my videos and all the comments. Honestly, they're so good, the comments. Some of them have come up with some really good ideas, so I do appreciate it, and thank you once again. Guys, we'll see you next time. Thanks again. Bye bye.